Infernal Machines: How Recordings Changed Music. More than a century ago, the composer and bandleader John Philip Sousa warned that technology would destroy music. Testifying before the United States Congress in 1906, he said, "These talking machines are going to ruin the artistic development of music in this country. When I was a boy, in front of every house in the summer evenings you would find young people together singing the songs of the day or the old songs. Today you hear these infernal machines going night and day. We will not have a vocal cord left." Sousa expanded on the theme in subsequent articles and interviews. "The time is coming when no one will be ready to submit himself to the ennobling discipline of learning music," he declared. "Everyone will have their ready-made or ready-pirated music in their cupboards." Something is irretrievably lost when we are no longer in the presence of bodies making music, Sousa also said. "The nightingale's song is delightful because the nightingale herself gives it forth." Before you dismiss Sousa as a curmudgeon, you might consider how drastically music has changed in the past 100 years. It has achieved onrushing omnipresence in our world. Millions of hours of its history are available on disc. Rivers of digital melody flow on the internet. MP3 players with 10,000 songs can be tucked in a back pocket or a purse. Yet for most of us, music is no longer something we do ourselves or even watch other people do in front of us. It has become a radically virtual medium, an art without a face. When we walk around the city on an ordinary day, our ears will register music at almost every turn. Bass lines pumping from passing cars, bits of hip-hop seeping out of the headphones of teenagers in the subway, a lawyer's cell phone tweeting Beethoven's Ode to Joy. But almost none of it will be the immediate result of physical work by human hands or voices. Fewer and fewer people know how to play instruments or read music. In the future, Sousa's ghost might say, reproduction will displace production. Zombified listeners will shuffle through the archives of the past, and new music will consist of rearrangements of the old. Ever since Edison invented the phonograph cylinder in 1877, people have been assessing what the medium of recording has done for and to the art of music. Inevitably, the conversation has veered toward rhetorical extremes. Sousa was a pioneering spokesman for the Party of Doom, which was later filled out by various reactionaries, contrarians, Luddites, and post-Marxist theorists. In the opposite corner are the utopians, who argue that technology has not imprisoned music but liberated it, bringing the art of the elite to the masses and the art of the margins to the center. Before Edison came along, the utopians say, Beethoven's symphonies could be heard only in select concert halls. Now recordings carry the man from Bonn to the corners of the earth, summoning the throng hailed in the Ode to Joy. Be embraced, millions. Glenn Gould, after renouncing live performance in 1964, predicted that within a century the public concert would disappear into the electronic ether with a largely beneficial effect on musical culture. Having discovered much of my favorite music through LPs and CDs, I am not about to join the lamenting party. Modern urban environments are often so soulless or ugly that I'm grateful for the humanizing touch of electronic sound. But neither can I accept Gould's slashing futurism. I want to be aware of technology's effects, positive and negative. I want a pragmatic theory that mediates between live performance and reproduction, without either apocalyptic screeching or corporate hype. Fortunately, scholars and critics have been methodically exploring this terrain for many decades, trying to figure out exactly what happens when we listen to music with no musicians in the room. They have reached no unshakable conclusions, but they give us most of the conceptual tools we need in order to listen with the alertness and the ambivalence that this magical medium demands. The principal irony of the history of recording is that Edison did not make the phonograph with music in mind. Rather, he conceived of his cylinder as a business gadget, one that would supersede the costly, imperfect practice of stenography and have the added virtue of preserving in perpetuity the voices of the deceased. In an 1878 essay titled The Phonograph and Its Future, Edison, or his ghostwriter, proclaimed that his invention would annihilate time and space and bottle up for posterity the mere utterance of man. Annihilation is an interestingly ambiguous figure of speech. Recording opened lines of communication between far-flung worlds, but it also placed older art and folk traditions in danger of extinction. With American popular culture as its house god, it brought about a global homogenization of taste, the effects of which are still spreading. Although Edison mentioned the idea of recording music in his 1878 article, he had no inkling of a music industry. He pictured the phonograph as a tool for teaching singing and as a natural extension of domestic music-making. A friend may in a morning call sing us a song which shall delight an evening company. By the 1890s, however, alert entrepreneurs had installed phonographs in penny arcades, allowing customers to listen to favorite songs over ear tubes. In 1888, Emil Berliner introduced the flat disc, a less cumbersome storage device, and envisioned with it the entire modern music business, mass distribution, recording stars, royalties, and the rest. In 1902, the first great star was born, the tenor Enrico Caruso, whose voice remains one of the most transfixing phenomena in the history of the medium. The ping in Caruso's tone, that golden bark, made the man himself seem viscerally present, proving Edison's theory of the annihilation of space and time.
al dolor